尻を突き出す感じでこう上がるようにこうか。なんと尻尾で
知らずな上好奇心の非常に強い動物で。
Get ready for a wild ride as you enter the world of Killing Bites, where the ultimate battle for survival takes place. In this anime, the fate of humanity rests on the shoulders of the hybrid zoanthrope warriors, half-human, half-animal hybrids with unmatched strength and abilities. Join our protagonist, Hitomi Uzaki, as she enters this dangerous world of combat and discovers the truth behind the Killing Bites tournament. Brace yourself for epic battles, fierce competition, and non-stop action in this thrilling and intense anime adventure. Amidst the bustling city of Japan, a dark and dangerous underworld emerges. 4 powerful Zaibatsu conglomerates sponsor brutal death matches between genetically engineered hybrids known as therianthropes, who possess a deadly combination of human intelligence and animal power. One day, high school girl Hitomi Uzaki is kidnapped by several men with the intention of assaulting her. But before college student Yuya Nomoto can save her, he is shocked to find that Hitomi has effortlessly defeated her attackers. Thrust into the dangerous world of death matches, Yuya is forced to drive Hitomi to an arena where she is scheduled to fight a lion hybrid. Hitomi, a fearless hybrid of a honey badger, wagers that she will win the fight and bet the money that Yuya's organs would fetch if harvested and sold. With ease, Hitomi dominates the fight and emerges victorious. Yuya is informed by Hitomi's guardian, Reiichi Shido, that the Zaibatsu use these death matches to attract wealthy investors and gain political and economic influence. Due to Hitomi's bet, Yuya is technically the only investor she has, allowing her to continue participating in the matches. As a result, Hitomi is ordered to protect Yuya and he is given her prize money, 100 million, to bet on future fights. However, their dangerous journey is far from over. Yuya is soon attacked by another hybrid who is eager to learn about Hitomi. As Hitomi rushes to save Yuya, she encounters a mysterious figure who reveals herself to be Ryoko Araka, a porcupine hybrid from the powerful Yatsubishi Zaibatsu. Armed with her metallic quills, Ryoko's intention was to eliminate Yuya so that Hitomi would have no support in future matches. However, she soon changes her mind and decides to target Hitomi instead. The two engage in a fierce battle, but it quickly becomes clear that Hitomi's honey badger skin is too tough to be penetrated by Ryoko's weapon. As Ryoko prepares to strike again, she's suddenly knocked out by another hybrid, a hippopotamus named Ichinosuke Okajima. Ichinosuke offers Hitomi the opportunity to join the Ishida Zaibatsu, but Hitomi refuses until she receives a message from Reiichi. With a newfound resolve, Hitomi agrees to represent Ishida in her next death match. As Hitomi transfers to Yuya's university, she meets Eruza Nakanishi, a cheetah hybrid from the Yatsubishi. Iruza provokes Hitomi by stealing her underwear, and the two are about to engage in a heated battle until they are interrupted by a representative from the Mitsukado Zaibatsu, who informs them that as Hitomi is representing Ishida, they are not allowed to fight beforehand. The situation becomes even more complicated as it becomes clear that all 4 Zaibatsus are targeting Hitomi, and they will most likely strike during the upcoming deathmatch. Unknown observers of the fight suggest that this will be a crucial moment for Hitomi, and she must be prepared for the ultimate showdown. Wow, what a quick turn of events! Before we continue, take a quick moment to answer the question of the day. What is the best animal hybrid to be? Let us know what you think in the comment section below. Every video we will pick one comment for a shout out. Don't forget to subscribe and like the video for more content and a chance to be chosen. Now, onto the video. Later, Hitomi and Eruza try to conceal their hybrid identities. They end up resorting to wearing cosplay while being photographed by the students from the photography club. Meanwhile, Yuya arrives home to a surprise as he discovers Leo the lion hybrid and Yoko Mitsukado, the president's granddaughter, alive and well. However, things take a dramatic turn when Yoko reveals that Hitomi's guardian, Reiichi, is using the matches to test his hybrid research, and Yuya must participate as Hitomi's strategist. Despite his agreement, Yoko is incensed and decides to take part in the match to ensure Hitomi's death. Desperate to complete the team, Ichinosuke sets out to recruit another hybrid. But the only one available is Ui Inaba, a rabbit hybrid with a losing record. As Ui joins their team, she is ambushed by Akemi Kishimoto, a horned lizard hybrid, who has been hindering other hybrids from joining the Ishida. Just as Ui is about to be shot by Akemi's blood bullets, Hitomi steps in and saves her. Utilizing her sensitive hearing, Ui decides that Akemi has a twin sister who is shooting from another location, allowing Hitomi to defeat them. Despite the forbidden fighting, Hitomi blackmails the sisters into claiming that Ui was the one who defeated them. Overwhelmed with excitement, Ui joins the team, eager to contribute to her first ever victory. Will Ui prove to be a useful member of the team? What other hybrids will our heroes have to face next? Stay tuned for our future recaps of Killing Bites to see what's in store for our daring squad.
いかだがこれで終わりだ
Now, we cut to episode 4, where before the start of the high-stakes matches, Hitomi's team encountered Nakanishi Taiga, a formidable tiger hybrid fighting for the Yatsubishi. Meanwhile, Eruza, Taiga's sister, had her sights set on a dangerous mission to eliminate Hitomi. As the match began, Reiichi Shido was announced as the director of the event, which took place on the remote Hote Island in the Philippine Sea. During the match, the hybrids were manipulated like mere pawns on a chessboard by their ruthless investors who gave them instructions to follow. At first, Yuya was dismissed by his opponents as a clueless player, but as the game progressed, they were forced to take him seriously. This was because Yuya made a surprising move, which was later revealed to have been directed by Hitomi through hand signals sent via the CCTV monitors. Hitomi faced her first opponent, Jerome Hongo, a bear hybrid representing the Mitsukado. To the shock of the investors, Hitomi overpowered Jerome in a single move, leaving everyone stunned. Meanwhile, on another part of the map, Ichinosuke joined forces with Shota Yabe, a gorilla hybrid from the Mitsukado, and Ryuji Shina, a crocodile hybrid from Sumitomo, to take down Taiga as a team. The battle for survival and supremacy was on, and the hybrids were determined to come out on top. Before we see this epic battle, take a moment to answer the question of the day. Who is the most powerful character in the show so far? Comment down below for a chance to be shouted out. Now, back to the episode. In the latest episode of the series, the truth about the therianthrope identities of the supporting cast members is finally uncovered. The young man in glasses, who is revealed to be Brute Gorilla, has arms longer than his body, but unfortunately does not represent a convincing threat. However, Brute Crocodile is a completely different story. Despite being knocked out by Taiga initially, he manages to put him in a bad spot with his intense strength. Meanwhile, Eruza finds herself in trouble as she faces the Sumitomo lady, who turns out to be the experienced Brute Gecko. To make matters worse, Brute Cobra, also known as Mr. Rapist, is lurking around, causing more trouble for Eruza. In response to the situation, Yuya sends Hitomi to help out. Despite being strong, Hitomi finds herself struggling against Brute Gecko, who has more experience in fighting. This experience is a wake-up call for Hitomi and pushes her to her limits. It's about time she was challenged and had to put in more effort than just relying on her strength. Additionally, seeing her fight alongside Eruza is bound to be an exciting experience, leading us to suspect that some kind of alliance might be in the works. On other fronts, Yui is seen briefly but wisely decides to stay away from the action. Meanwhile, Yuya is scolded by Yoko and laughed at by the other players for his naivety, but he stands by his morals, which are expected to pay off in the end. Furthermore, the reminder from the dignified Japanese woman to trust his brute suggests that he may not be completely isolated on the field and that some of the players may not be hostile towards him. As the story unfolds, a flashback takes us back to the moment when Den and Kaede were hired by Sumitomo to fight in the match. Meanwhile, Yuya discovers that the rules of the match were changed by Shido to allow criminals like Den to volunteer as hybrids and participate. Suddenly, Taiga is rescued from Ryuji's grasp by Ichinosuke, giving Taiga the chance to escape and cancel the deadly explosion. Ryuji vows to take revenge on Ichinosuke. As the action continues, we see Yui working underground to dig a complicated tunnel. Hitomi attempts to outsmart Den by attacking his blind right side, but she is caught off guard when she realizes that Den can still track her, using his snake tongue to sense her body heat. In a split second, Hitomi collapses, paralyzed by Den's venom. Meanwhile, Kaede transforms into a monstrous gecko and dominates Iruza. In a shocking moment, Den prepares to rape Hitomi. But at the last moment, Hitomi overcomes the paralysis and defends herself by cutting off Den's genitals with a single slash. Enraged by the turn of events, Den attacks, but Hitomi effortlessly cuts him in half, incapacitating him. Kaede is now left to fight both Iruza and Hitomi alone, just as Ichinosuke is about to lose to Ryuji. Their fight is interrupted by Kido, a hybrid sponsored by Yoko. The stage is set for even more intense battles and thrilling moments. Oh boy, what a brutal ending for a man who deserved it. Why did Yoko intervene?
本当にやるわよ。いいの。面白い。
Starting off episode 7, Kido quickly establishes himself as Shota's ally by eliminating Ryuji with a brutal blow without even transforming. The investors are stunned by Kido's ferocity as he beats Ryuji's lifeless body. In a split second, Shota attacks Ichinosuke, causing him to suddenly disappear. Kaede is instructed to escape the area. Meanwhile, Iruza and Hitomi engage in an intense battle. Ichinosuke is revealed to have fallen into one of Yui's tunnels. Yui appears next to Shota, causing her to flee in terror. Iruza has Hitomi pinned, ready to end her life, but instead, they become lost in a passionate kiss, revealing they are under the spell of Kaori Rikujo, a civet hybrid from Yatsubishi, who can release a pheromone that incites uncontrollable desire. This enrages Yoko, who views these tactics as dishonorable and disgraceful. Kaede is faced with Taiga and meets a swift death. The investors become more captivated by Iruza and Hitomi until Yoko demands the game continue, hoping to humiliate Shido by defeating his hybrids and strategies. Suddenly, Hitomi frees herself from her trance by focusing on her love for Shido, launching an attack on Kaori just as Taiga reaches them. That was quite the battle. Before we continue, take a moment to answer the question of the day. Who is the most powerful character in the show so far? Comment down below for a chance to be shouted out. Now, back to the episode. Amidst heated debates and cunning manipulations, the presidents of the 4 Zaibatsus gather to discuss a corrupt plan to legalize the creation of hybrids. With the ultimate goal of turning the matches into a profitable business controlled solely by the winning Zaibatsu, however, Shido, the mastermind behind the hybrid project, has other intentions. He aims to manipulate the outcome and emerge as the ultimate ruler with all the power in his hands. As tensions rise, Taiga, the leader of one of the Zaibatsus, vehemently insists on facing Hitomi alone, without the aid of Iruza or Kaori. Meanwhile, Shota attempts to trap Yui, only to suffer consequences at the hands of Kido, who despises anyone who damages the forest. Despite being torn in half, Kido leaves Yui alive, sparking a newfound determination in her to help Hitomi. As the two combatants prepare to face each other in a fight to the death, Taiga reveals his ultimate goal: to defeat Leo, who he believes is far stronger than anyone realizes. In fact, Leo had only pretended to lose to Hitomi as her strength was so far below his that he didn't take the fight seriously. Understanding Leo's tendency to only seriously fight those he considers his equal, Taiga worked tirelessly to become stronger, determined to defeat Leo in a fair fight. However, when Hitomi insulted Leo by believing she could kill him, Taiga's determination shifted to killing Hitomi for the insult. As the two stand ready, the stage is set for a showdown that will determine the fate of the Zaibatsus and the hybrids they have created. We learn that Yuya's life was empty until he met Hitomi. She brought purpose and friendship into his life and transformed him. But as Hitomi faces off against Taiga in a fierce duel, danger lurks. Yui arrives to warn her about Kido, not realizing Taiga is behind her. In her haste to flee, she falls prey to Kaori's pheromones and collapses. The investors mock Yuya, blaming his playing style for Hitomi's predicament, but he refuses to give in to fear and instead focuses on his friendship with Hitomi. He makes the selfless decision to forfeit his turn, allowing her to continue the fight against Taiga. Despite her valiant efforts, Hitomi struggles against Kido's armored tail. It becomes evident that Yoko has emotionally manipulated Yuya into keeping Hitomi in the fight so that Kido, who has likewise been manipulated into hating Hitomi, can kill her. But Yui's quick thinking allows her to trick Kaori and escape to safety. Hitomi tries to fight back, but Kido's armor is too strong. Just as Kido is about to deliver the final blow, Taiga attacks from behind, but even Taiga's strongest strikes cannot cut through Kido's armor. To everyone's shock, Kido fully transforms and reveals himself as a pangolin hybrid, covered in thick protective scales. What a shocking reveal! Will Taiga defeat Kido? What tricks does Kido have up his sleeve?
遅かったな、野本。悪いな、野本。別に悲しくねえし。
At the start of episode 10, Hitomi is dealt a devastating blow as she is knocked unconscious. Despite this setback, Taiga barely steps forward, determined to take down Kido and protect his friends. He tries to break Kido's formidable skills, but he is quickly outwitted and loses his right arm. Just when all seems lost, Ichinosuke swoops in to save the day, unleashing a powerful attack that leaves Kido momentarily vulnerable. Seizing the opportunity, Taiga claws out Kido's right eye, leaving him reeling in pain. However, this victory is short-lived as both Taiga and Ichinosuke are viciously impaled by Kido. Yoko revels in the triumph of the Mitsukado, eagerly declaring her victory. But just as he begins to gloat, something miraculous happens. Hitomi, who was lying motionless moments before, suddenly and dramatically awakens, her body undergoing a monstrous transformation as she transforms into her honey badger form. Shido reveals that Hitomi is unlike any other hybrid he has ever encountered. While most hybrids are genetically modified humans, Hitomi was born with hybrid DNA, making her an origin beast, a perfect fusion of human and animal. A flashback to 7 years prior shows how Shido first encountered Hitomi in Hong Kong, where she was living as a wild animal. Despite the numerous injuries he sustained, Shido gained her trust by feeding and spending time with her, eventually naming her Hitomi. However, their time together was short-lived as they were eventually captured by the Liuman Mafia. It wasn't until they were saved by match overseer Shinozaki that Hitomi began to develop feelings for Shido for protecting her. Now, back in the present, Hitomi unleashes a barrage of attacks on Kido, demonstrating her vastly superior strength and speed. With her newfound power, she's determined to bring Kido down and emerge victorious. A new form has been revealed. Before we continue, take a moment to answer the question of the day. What is stronger, raw strength or martial arts skill? Comment down below for a chance to be shouted out. Now, back to the episode. With a fierce determination, Hitomi skillfully slashes Kido's unprotected chest, leaving him reeling, but she doesn't stop there, as she follows up with a powerful kick, sending him flying into several trees and decimating them in the process. Suddenly, Kido's past comes flooding back to him as he has a vivid flashback of his association with plants and his mother. Determined to end the fight, Kido retaliates by severing Hitomi's right arm, causing her protective skills to become rows of deadly knives. He relentlessly beats her until she takes a bold move and flings her own severed arm into his face, providing her with a much-needed distraction. With a sly smile, Hitomi tricks Kido into thinking she is his mother for a split second, giving her the opportunity to thrust her remaining arm down his throat, ultimately winning the match. However, Yoko's rage over losing is cut short as Iruza slashes Kido's throat, killing him and becoming the Killing Bites champion. Yoko passes out from the shock of the events that have just transpired. But just as everyone thought the match was over, Yui suddenly awakens and tries to escape from Iruza. In a stroke of luck, she accidentally performs a perfect somersault kick, knocking Iruza unconscious. To everyone's surprise, Overseer Shinozaki declares Yui as the Killing Bites champion. As the presidents of the four Zaibatsus argue and accuse each other of cheating, all the lights and monitors suddenly shut down. Unbeknownst to the representatives, the island has been infiltrated by chameleon hybrids with orders to eliminate all surviving hybrids, making the match void and resulting in a victory for no one. The chameleon hybrids, under the command of Sumitomo, attempt to eliminate all remaining hybrids, but their mission is thwarted by the match overseer Shinozaki. He boldly announces Yui as the winner, putting a stop to Sumitomo's plan. Tragically, the Sumitomo chairman meets his demise at the hands of Leo. Meanwhile, Shido takes matters into his own hands and orchestrates a coup d'etat, with the support of the Ishida and Yatsubishi chairmen, as well as the anti-chairman faction of the Mitsukado. In their quest for power, they ruthlessly eliminate Yuzan, the Mitsukado president, in order to give civilians access to the hybrid creation surgery. With her grandfather gone, Yoko is left defenseless and vulnerable. Leo takes advantage of her weakness and exacts his revenge by violating her and claiming her as his slave. As the match concludes, Yuya returns to his normal life, while Hitomi vanishes. However, 2 weeks later, Yuya receives a message from Hitomi, inviting him to the arena where they first fought Leo. At the arena, Yuya expresses his gratitude to Hitomi for giving him the confidence he needed, and she thanks him for helping her during the matches. Just as Yuya is about to confess his feelings for her, Hitomi attacks and kills him, following Shido's orders. With tears in her eyes, Hitomi departs from the arena, leaving behind a trail of destruction. In the near future, hybrids are finally accepted into human society and have their own city on an island in Tokyo Bay. Non-lethal Killing Bites matches become a popular form of entertainment, with many young hybrids hoping to become the next champion. However, a shocking revelation takes place when it's uncovered that Yuya is still alive and planning his revenge against Hitomi, Shido, and the entire Zaibatsu organization. Utilizing a pair of young female hybrids, he prepares to strike back against those who wronged him. What a shocking finale! Will Yuya ever find Hitomi again? I guess we have to wait until Season 2 releases. In the meantime, stay tuned for the Killing Bites Season 1 review coming your way.